Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to the pre-season episode of my Everton series for Football Manager 2015. Alright, last season was pretty decent. We won the Capital One Cup, finished 6th in the league, behind, the usual boys up the top there. Pretty much had the starting squad, barring a couple of little loan deals like Flamini, who obviously has returned to Arsenal for this season. First of all, as you can see down here, I am trying to bring in two fairly good quality players, the first being Kurt Zouma on loan from Chelsea. I think it will be 160,000 per month on his loan deal there, with 30% wages, so that's like 9,000 out of the 30 that is on. And the other signing is Toby Alderweireld, the Belgian international centre defender. I think he can play right back as well. We're trying to get him in for 3.1. I think it was between 3.1 and 5 million, his scout report, so that's still fairly cheap, even if it does get up to that 5 mil point. So very happy with that. I have spent a little bit of the transfer budget as well. We've got about 13.5 million, something around there. And obviously we've got a lot of wage budget as well to, maneuver in. So I could get a bit of a bigger transfer budget if I wanted to. We'll get into the transfers first of all. Jump into the history here. As you can see, the outs, we let go of quite a few players. Obviously that's where most of our wage budget has come from. Kraus was the only really notable player that we let go. The rest were reserves and some youth players. Down the bottom we sold Aruna Kone to Genoa for 700,000. Roble went to Rayo Vallecano on loan because we did get a new goalkeeper. I'll show you him in a minute. Samuel Eto'o was sold as well to Swansea for 675k. George Green and Sam Byrne, I think his name is. I think that's how you pronounce that. Sam Byrne were loaned out to Aberdeen and Fleetwood respectively, and Tobias Browning was sold to West Ham for 120k. He's basically just a fairly shit backup player. He's got decent mentals, but his technicals are just horrible. So yeah, Aruna Kone and Eto'o were both in their last year of their contract, and Eto's like 33 or 34, and Kone's 31, and he's starting to lose his pace as well, as you can see, down to 13. So I got both of them out for, about, 1.4 mil. And the players we brought in, Lucas Romero, this deal was set up last season. I was trying so hard to get him in. I think I had an offer of like 17 mil over 36 months they accepted. Then I declined that because I thought that was a bad move. And then about 6 months later I was able to sign him for 5 mil. So I snapped that up straight away. As you can see, he will turn into a world-class player. He's the roaming playmaker, which is what I was looking for. Although he's better playing box-to-box in the centre midfield position. But yeah, very happy with that. He's got 5 caps for Argentina already as well. Very happy with that transfer, quite cheap. The next player, another player I'm happy with, Adrian Rabiot. Signed him on a Bosman deal. And as you can see, fairly decent, 20 years old. Lots of clubs were coming in with loan offers for him, but I do want to keep him at the club because I will rotate him in quite often as well. The next player we brought in, another Bosman deal, is Fernando Pacheco. Very good Spanish goalkeeper, came from the Real Madrid B team, I think it's called Castilla, and he was obviously the natural backup replacement, probably be first team goalkeeper in a year or two when Howard, starts to deteriorate or decides to retire, because he's 37 I believe. So yeah, very good, 23 years old as well, quite good, and obviously on a Bosman, so it was cheap as anything. I brought in Esteban Granero simply because what's his name, got injured again. I've forgotten his name. I'm horrible. I really am horrible. That's his name, Barkley. Ross Barkley got injured for another 3 months. So we brought in Granero for 16.75k a month. He's not that great, to be honest. But obviously advanced playmaker. And yeah, he's fairly injury prone as well. So that's horrible. But anyway, the next player I brought in was Joel Campbell. As an Arsenal fan, I'm very excited to see what this bloke can do in real life, despite not being given the chance, really. We brought him in for 5.75 mil. Obviously, we lost Atsu back to Chelsea because we had him on loan last season, so I needed a new left winger. So I'm going to try and train him there so he becomes a natural. But obviously, he's a right winger with the left foot, so I thought it would be pretty decent. Very, very good pace, and his technicals could be better, but still 23 probably will go up. I've got him on a heavy winger training regime at the moment as well. And the final player I brought in was a player that I've seen play in real life many times, Adam Taggart. He was at Fulham, but before that he was at the Newcastle Jets in the A-League, and I am a Sydney FC supporter, so you know, I've seen Newcastle vs Sydney quite a few times, and we bought him from Fulham for 160k. I mean, he's not going to set the world alight, but he's got half decent pace, fairly decent for a player, you know, that isn't really that good. He's 22 years old as well, so he could improve. The only thing I'm worried about is his heading, which is very low. He's quite a small player, 183 centimeters, and yeah, hopefully he can grow. He's just a backup, obviously, because I lost Kone and Eto, so we were down to one striker in Lukaku. We do have Timmy Cahill as well, so I mean, if Taggart and Lukaku get injured, we do have Cahill. I'd probably actually play Cahill in front of Taggart, but yeah, Taggart can come off the bench if Lukaku's not playing very well. He's only played the one friendly game for us, which I'll get into now. Friendlies, we played fairly well. As you can see, I played a lot of them because I really wanted to get the team up to scratch with their fitness. The first game was against Nottingham Forest. Morales and McGeady on the score sheet pretty much gave everyone a run out there. That was at Goodison. And then we versed Atletico Madrid. Actually beat them 4-2, which was pretty surprising away from home. Dissed him with a brace, Morales and McGeady, so both of our wingers there getting on the score sheet. We then faced Fulham, the club I bought. What is his name? I forgot. I'm horrible with my memory, honestly. Taggart, there we go. Taggart actually played for Australia in the World Cup, if you did not know that. So yeah, I think he might have actually played in this game off the bench. But Jagielka scored, Barkley also scored. We beat them 2-1, pretty good. We then faced Shamrock Rovers, beat them 2-0, both goals coming from Oviedo and Morales. We then lost to Dortmund 3-2. They scored in the 90th minute. Well, the 93rd minute. We scored in the 90th to equalise it. But yeah, they actually got the win there. So McGeady and McCarthy on the score sheet there for us, despite losing. We then faced Evian, beat them 2-1 away from home in France. McGeady and Lukaku on the score sheet. Juve was up next. We actually lost to them, which was pretty disappointing because we did take the lead through Lukaku at the start of the second half, but they got one late on through Liechtensteiner. Pretty disappointing. Inter won the Europa League last season. They obviously knocked us out in the semi-final spot to that horrible goal that, yeah, they really didn't deserve. But we beat them 3-0 here. Pretty happy, I guess. It's only a friendly game, though. Morales, Baines, and Lukaku on the score sheet. But for our final game against the Welsh side, I don't actually know how to pronounce this, but I think it's Preston? Yeah, Preston, I think. So Campbell scored in his first game, I believe. Yeah, I think it was his first game. He scored within the first 25 seconds, and Timmy Cahill also got on the score sheet, playing as our AMC because Granero was not fit. So yeah, that does leave us with Swansea in the first game. I'm going to do a live comm of that game right now, so we'll head into the team today. We've got Howard in goals, Stones at right back, Jagielka and Distin. Obviously we don't have any real centre defensive cover apart from Stones, but I do prefer to play him at right back. He's a very solid right back. He showed that for us last season. We've got Baines at left back. I will try and play a bit more of Oviedo this season. He's complaining about first team football again already, so we're going to try and give him a bit of game time, although Baines was our best player last season, so yeah, not too sure how that's going to go down. We'll probably play Oviedo in all the cups, but I would like to retain at least win either the Capital One or the FA Cup this season as well to keep our silverware going, because I don't think we're up to scratch for the league. I don't even think we'll be able to crack top 4 again this season. I will aim for the Europa League spots at least, but we'll see how we go. Midfield today will be Gibbs and McCarthy, not starting either of the other two boys. I just want to get the team cohesion up a little bit before we do that. We've got Morales on the right, Granero in the centre, and Campbell out on the left. So playing two of the new boys today, which will be interesting to see how they get on. And obviously Lukaku, as always, up front. Bench today is Pacheco, Oviedo, Coleman, Rabiot, Romero, McGeady, and Taggart. And let's get into it, shall we? Give Taggart a number, 28, that's alright. And we are at the Liberty Stadium in Wales. Just got to wait for it to load. Taking quite a while. Okay, it's taking a very long time actually. Alright, finally, that took ages. Well, I actually signed Drogba. Oh, that's right, because they sold Bonnie to AS Monaco. Obviously a team I'm very familiar with from last year's FM. If you haven't watched that series, maybe you should go check it out. I did get up to like 51 episodes, I believe, before this game came out. Probably my best series ever. Little plug there. Wow, that could have been an own goal there, but we survived the first highlight of the game, so that's good. I'm not going to put the highlights on extended because I would like this to be a quick game. I don't want these episodes to be too long. Obviously the episodes that are pretty much just live comms, they will be on extended in the future. But that's half-time there, still 0-0, pretty boring, I would have to admit. Well, oh, actually there's a highlight right before the end. Baines, Lukaku, good save. Swansea reel away from that. And my boys are just running into each other, so that's nice. Alright, there's half-time. We had the one highlight from the first half. I'm going to say I'm not really pleased with that. So we don't look like we're dominating them as much as we probably should be with my tactic, the even flow. We've got another Baines free kick here. And that's sent away straight away. Barely beat the first man there from Baines. Pretty disappointing. He's got a lot better quality than that usually. Dissed in, down to Morales. Back post to Campbell. It's headed away, Morales. Lukaku, 1-0. Okay, good start. Got his first goal in the first game, which is always a good sign for your, star striker to be scoring. We've got a Baines free kick here. Straight at Fabianski. Campbell on the rebound. Is that offside? It's not. So Campbell gets his first ever Everton goal in his first ever Everton game. Well, official game anyway. That's really good because he's now scored 2 in 2, 1 in a friendly and 1 in this first EPL game. I'm liking things at the moment. I don't really want to make any changes. We might take Gibson off in about 5 minutes or so. Another free kick. Again, pretty poor, but he'll get the ball back. And barely beats the first man again. Granero, ooh, would have been happy if he scored as well, but it's not to be on debut so far. So in 5 minutes we'll make a sub. I think we'll make it about now. We'll bring we'll bring Rabiot on. He's our deep line playmaker. So we'll bring him on. Yeah, I would like to leave Granero out there for a little bit longer. We might take him off with about 10 to go, I think. So Gomez has come on for Drogba for them as well, which is a bit worrying because I actually rate Gomez quite highly. We'll look to bring... what are we going to do here, eh? Alright, I think we'll go McGeady for Morales, and then we'll put Morales as our advanced playmaker. I think that should work quite nicely. So I'm pretty sure Morales can play in the AMC slot, or the AMC position. 2 minutes of added time. This should be full time in a second here. Starting off the season with a 2-0 victory. We've got a corner first though. Oh, and Fabianski gets that. Starting off the season with a 2-0 victory is very good, especially coming away to Swansea. Swansea are a fairly, they're a mid-table team, but they are capable of pulling off results against anyone, I would assume. Well, under Brendan Rodgers they used to do that, but yeah, I'm very happy with the 2-0 win there. Starts us off nicely. Didn't concede from the 3 shots on target like we have so often in the past. And yeah, that's basically going to be it for this episode, guys. I'm not sure what the next episode will be. I'm tossing it up between another Europa League game, like a big Europa League game that we'll have in the group stage, or if you guys would prefer to see the Merseyside Derby, which is a little bit after that. It comes maybe 4 or 5 games after the Europa League fixture I was thinking about. The only thing there would be, an extra 5 fixtures for me to review. So please drop a comment down below and tell me which you would rather see, because I'm really torn. I think the Merseyside derby could be cool to livecom. Bit of pressure. We've got our Zoom offer accepted there, so I'm happy about that. And there we go. Campbell is a new signing. And yeah, Arsenal won the Champions League last season. I should mention that as well. As you can see, past winners Arsenal. So pretty crazy. I'm an Arsenal fan as well, so I was very happy about that. So yeah, guys, drop a comment, Europa League game or Merseyside derby, and I will, whichever one gets more comments, I will probably do for the next episode, along with the, fixture review up until that point. Please drop a like and a favourite and a comment, and if you're a new subscriber, or if you're a new viewer, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Goodbye.